dog in the intro, dog on the screen. It's because I didn't write a script for this video. But I'm not going to let that stop me. So obviously this is a second look. Barely the second video back, but it makes sense. Second look, second video. You know what? Let's just cut right into the chase. It's Transformers Studio Series 05, Revenge of the Fallen, Optimus Prime. And in my opinion, it probably would have been funnier to do this in the old Prime Reviews style on the Epic Voice Guide channel, but instead you got me. Gotta hear my voice for the 50 billionth time about a toy I already talked about. Honestly, who cares if I look at the same toy I already looked at? We're here in June celebrating all the live action movies. Since Rise of the Beast came out, I don't know how many days ago, because I have no idea when this video comes out. The main takeaway from his original video is that he's obsolete and that I still find enjoyment in him, which both are true. And the only reason why he's obsolete, in case you're curious, is because he was remolded to be a lot more screen accurate. And I know it sucks for this guy, but everybody very much prefers the other one, I'm pretty sure, as far as I've seen. So rest in peace, Studio Series 05 Optimus, except for that one premium finish figure, which I'm kind of interested in that because it's this toy, and this toy doesn't really get a lot of recognition, you know what I'm saying? And while a lot of people don't really like this toy because of how inaccurate he is to the movie, I think he has a special charm because he really reminds me of the 2007 Voyager class toy, and it's mostly because of those chest windows. And I wouldn't really put it past anybody who doesn't really see it, but, you know, I'm kind of crazy, so I mean, of course, I noticed something that nobody else sees. Essentially, this Optimus Prime is like that one childhood best friend from the 3rd grade where you guys don't really talk as often as you used to, but you know he'll always be there for you. Continuing on, let's get into the accessories. So Optimus comes with his 2 Energon blades, and that's about it. And yeah, the swords look great. I don't doubt Hasbro's ability to make accessories, so I mean, of course they're great. I wish he kind of came with the hooks, but I mean, I think I understand why they weren't included, because I don't think Hasbro wants little kids recreating the scene where Grindor gets his head split in half. But I mean, that's what third party's for, am I right? But I'm not getting those hook hands. One of the neatest things with this toy is that you can store his swords on his back, so you can basically make him like Leonardo. So, good on you, Hasbro. And if you have Studio Series 32 or whatever number Dark of the Moon Optimus is, you can give him the gun. You could also do the vice versa and give 32 or whatever number Dark of the Moon is the swords. Or if you have the 15th anniversary, then you basically already have this combination. While my dog decides to lick herself, we will do the articulation. And yeah, the second look video, so that means the articulation and transformation are going to be live footage instead of like the scripted stuff in my Studio Series wall thing. So only in the videos where it's that red as the thumbnail, and that's why you see the Studio Series black. So enough explanation, let's get into this guy, even though I think everybody knows how this guy works, because when did he come out again? Almost 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I don't know. So obviously starting it off, he's already looking up. Damn. Really down all the way, make him look sad because, oh, I died in the movie. Also, excuse the dustiness, I apologize for that. I never realized how dusty he is. Oh yeah, of course you do the tilt, because on ball joint. Arm goes all the way. Sometimes when the arm will come attached from the shoulder. Shoulder, pauldron, right? You can go up because then you can move the arm up, but it's more so for transformation, but oh well. Also, I don't know if one day if it'll break, to be honest. I have no idea. I've never seen anyone's break, so I could be wrong. I'm just guessing, fearing for the future of this toy. Biceps level. Not that bad. Big problem with well, it's not really a problem. Oh my god, come undone. But do it on this side. So the only thing about this toy that I don't like, but I also like at the same time, is that his elbows are super tight. So like when transforming him, it's when I don't like it. But what can you do? It's got wrist swivels, which is very rare for Studio Series. Because that's a common complaint with a lot of these toys, but I don't care. He's got a waist swivel, more so a transformation, but it doesn't matter. Also, a little fun fact. So, we gotta go to Optimus's booty hole. So he has a stand port on his back, and hold on, let me go grab it. So the one stand port that I have came with the amazing Yamaguchi Psylocke. The port is like a little bit broken, and it's because I put it in this Optimus to do a pose with him in the air, and when I pulled it out, it kind of broke. So now Optimus just has that forever shoved up his butt, and there's nothing I can do about it. So it's a good memory with this toy, besides getting it for Christmas of 2018. So his legs can kick up very high, which is very impressive. I very much like that. Oh, of course the backpack can move around. It's like a cape, but I don't know. It's there. Leg can go all the way back, straight only actually, not all the way. Of course his legs can go all the way out. Not all the way because of the wheels. He's got a weird swivel. I guess you call that knee swivel. And then he's got very crazy knees. And then you can move his knee pad. But he's got crazy knees, which is very cool. And then for his feet, he's got very unnaturally Studio Series kind of feet. So what I mean by that is that most Studio Series figures don't have articulation in their feet. Like Starscream, for example, he's got nothing on his ankles. So what I mean by that, Optimus' foot can go forward, go all the way back, and then you've got ankle tilts, which basically not all Studio Series do not come with ankle tilts, which is, well, it's not really disappointing, but a lot of people like to say it's disappointing, but it's just my opinion. So yeah, basically it.
And now for the moment you've been waiting for, the comparisons. So here's 32 next to 05, and 32 really looks like his older brother. Next up is the one who made people who were kids in the 80s relive their childhood trauma, and by that I mean Revenge of the Fallen Megatron from Studio Series. Next up is the one who had probably the best shot in the entire movie, and that's Revenge of the Fallen Starscream. And it's said in federal law that I have to show the first movie Starscream because I guess you can't really have one without the other. Next up is Bone Crusher, and I really have a fun fact for him that's going to blow his mind. Next up is Grindor, or Blackout, and unfortunately he has to split because it's time for the next comparison. Next up, here's the dynamic duo of Ratchet and Ironhide. And next up after that, here's Jazz and both Bumblebees from the first movie. And they're all here because they're all deluxes. And for no particular reason and no malicious intent, here's Sideswipe.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So, obviously straighten his arms out. Super tight elbows. First thing you gotta do is flip these parts out and then put the wheels in. Simple as that. Easy peasy. Then you fold it in, put the foot in like that, so slide it out. Well, I guess not really slide it, you push it out and you slide it in and all that stuff, and now his feet are gone. I guess straighten the legs out. You tab them in like so. Very, very so. Also, I think the transformation's like based off the first edition Optimus from Transformers Prime. And like the other movie Optimus Voyagers, I think? I don't remember. I honestly don't know. I saw a video when this thing came out that this transformation was like the combination of like one of the movie toys and the first edition Optimus Prime. So you do that with the arms. Use the bicep swivels to have the arms this way. And then, you gotta use the waist swivel. Otherwise you can't do this next part. So you unlatch those there and straighten these out. Put them in like that. Basically sandwich them together. Put the arms up this way. So like with these parts pointing up, that's the same way you face the arms. Tab in the arms, tab them there, and then you could tab them in there, but they don't really connect here, which is alright, I guess. And this is where the really tight elbows suck. So you gotta push them in like that. Make sure you push them in all the way, otherwise it won't work. So there, it works. So the next thing you gotta do is take these parts out, straighten them out, like so, and look at that. Now he's got the front of the check front of the truck, not, I was about to say check. And then you take these gas tanks. I don't know what these are. I don't know anything about semi-trucks. Take out the doors. And then you can fold the head away. Like so. And then you tab that in. And then take these parts. And it turns. And as the cool part is that when you untab it, it turns the... What are these called? I forgot what they're called. And then you just do that. Well, these aren't even doors. These are part of this. Because the real door is right here. Okay, so then you push this in, and look at that, complete. Put that there, tab that in there, and then I think in the instructions it has you, when you turn into a robot, it has you like these, but when I turn them into a robot, I just leave them like that because it makes the backpack a lot cleaner. So you just push it in, and it's pretty much that. And then you unlatch here because it tabs in when you do it this way. Straighten that mother sucker out. Take these shoulder pauldrons, move them forward so that this part doesn't go drooping forward, and then you take those wheel parts, push them forward so you complete that side, and last but not least, you to the gas tanks, which they don't tab in all the way, but they secure in place. And without a doubt, you have yourself a Peterbilt long-nosed truck of everybody's favorite version of Optimus Prime. Am I right, fellas? So let's place them down and let's talk about it.
And that's the classic live-action Optimus Prime truck, which we've all come to know from the years 2007 to 2011. And he doesn't have the orange overspray, which a lot of people pointed out. Same with 32. And honestly, I think it looks better without the orange overspray. Yeah, I said it, and I'm gonna die on this hill, and you can't change my opinion. And of course, since they're his weapons, you can obviously store them all over, wherever. The most common place that they'll be stored is in the back of the truck, because the bottom of his feet have tabs, as you can clearly see. There's also another spot you could put them, which is on top of the truck, which is where they go in robot mode for storage, but I don't know, that looks a lot more ridiculous than it does in robot mode. And for the people that comment about hypotheticals, yes, you can put the 32 gun on top of this truck, and I'm only going to show it tabbed on the top because 32 doesn't have tabs on the top of the truck, while this one does. So, yeah, I'll basically save it for whenever we talk about that toy again. And next to 32, you can clearly see the differences, but I will point them out to you besides color. So obviously the top of the truck is different. That leads into the gas tanks, and obviously that front of the truck, which is a lot more beefier. So yeah, that's it. But when you bring them together, facing each other, you can see that they are about the same length. I think 05 is like a tad bit taller, like a little bit, which I kind of appreciate that they're about the same length, even if there is a slight little inch higher. Alright, I'm going to try to speed through these comparisons. So here's Optimus next to Bumblebee in the 77 Camaro. Here's Dark of the Moon Ratchet. If you're wondering what happened to 07 Ratchet, I sold him. Next, here's Optimus next to Ironhide, and it's been said to death that Ironhide is way out of scale in vehicle mode, and here I am reiterating it, of course. Next, here's Optimus next to the Bumblebee as the 2007 Camaro, or, well, I guess concept at the time. And finally, rounding out all the first movie Autobots, here's Optimus next to Jazz, who's the next video. And for no reason at all, here's Optimus next to Sideswipe. Finally getting into the Decepticons, here's Megatron next to Optimus, aka when history was repeated, because you know Megatron killed Optimus. Next up, here's Optimus next to both movie Starscreams, and I think it's definitely in the popular majority that tattooed Starscream is the best Starscream that ever existed. There is no version of Starscream that's better than him, and don't even go in the comments and even type another version of Starscream because you're obviously wrong. This is the only Starscream that is the best one. Next, here's Bone Crusher next to Optimus. Next, here's Blackout or Grindor next to Optimus, and he's so massive that we're gonna have to pull the camera back, okay? See? Look at that. so big that it doesn't even fit in the base camera for my phone, that we had to use the extended wide framed one. So that's Studio Series 05 Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. And even though he's now obsolete thanks to 32 and the Dark of the Moon Optimus existing, but honestly I think he's still worth your time. I recommend him. If you could find the original for a good price, or if you could get the premium finished version, it's basically a pick your poison situation. If you want darker colors, go for the original, or if you want movie accurate colors, well then I think you know which one to pick. He's really fun. I really appreciate that I still have him around. I'm not getting rid of him at all at any point, especially because of the whole stand breaking thing. But yeah, other than that, it's time to say the obligatory YouTube stuff.
So, like this video if you actually like this video, subscribe to notifications on so you don't miss whenever I upload a video, and share this with your friends and family and acquaintances who you think might like toy reviews, but obviously you have to actually enjoy the video to follow these instructions. Also, we have some stuff that I have to talk about, as in we have the Discord server, which is linked in the description below, alongside the second channel, and of course the Mercari account. It's much appreciated if you check out any of those 3 links down below. And I'll catch you next time. I also forgot my Instagram's down there as well. So, yeah. Now it's time to end the video.